mean, Dennis is my age or a little bit older. How old is the old man?
He's so old now I can't even keep up with it. You know, he's up there with like Yoda and everything else. I think he's in his 60s now. He's old enough to not drive a monster truck anymore.
Weston Anderson joining us here in the Freak Nation, and we could go through the lineage of the Andersons that have been a part of Monster Jam and Gravedigger. But before we get into all that madness, man, you're probably how old are you, Weston Anderson?
I actually just turned 20 this year, so it's my rookie year in the truck. Turned 20 years old.
Reason I wanted to get into that, we interviewed your dad. We were at Detroit back in what was it? Detroit State. What the hell? Where did the Lions play? What was it called?
It was Ford Field.
Pontiac. No, Pontiac was called
Silverdome.
Silverdome. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
We were there before they were going to have the last Monster Jam race there before they imploded the stadium. All right.
Yeah.
And I'm thinking that might have been 2003, 2004.
Okay,
we were there.
Probably just crawling.
Yeah, that's my point, man.
Oh
Damn, Broham.
No.
Yeah, it's like good for Dennis. I mean,
yeah.
Right? I mean, Dennis is my age or a little bit older. How old is the old man?
He's so old now I can't even keep up with it. You know, he's up there with like Yoda and everything else. I think he's in his 60s now. He's old enough to not drive a monster truck anymore. That's all I know.
That's a great
Okay,
point.
hold on. Seriously. But if he had the chance, if he got himself fit enough, he would do it, wouldn't he?
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He's out there jumping his Silverado in the parking lot more than likely.
As we speak, yeah. Somebody call security.
Well, let's put a period on this. You're the youngest of the Dennis Anderson breed?
Yes, youngest of this generation. So there is a whole nother generation behind me. And 20 years from now, I'm going to have to watch out for them. But for right now, they got to watch out for me.
You know, look, I just wish I was going to be around for 40 years so I could ask your kids the same damn thing where they would say, yeah, Weston can't even pull on his depends anymore. We got to help his ass out.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's your nieces and nephews right now, right?
Yeah, it's all just nephews. I don't know if you could tell. It's an Anderson fad that we can only have boys. Of course, we have my sister. She's the odd man out, but we still love her like she's a brother.
Well, what's interesting, has she ever asked to drive the monster truck?
She actually wanted to be an art major, and then she was working in our diner in the meantime, and she realized that she did not want to be a server, and she said, to heck with this, I'm going to go drive a monster truck. I'm going to at least give it a shot so I could say that I can, and then she absolutely fell in love with it, and this is her 6th year now. She actually just won her, it's the 6th year. She just won her tour championship. It's the first woman to ever do that, so that was pretty cool to me as well.
Hang on a second. Okay, but she's not in Gravedigger. You're in Gravedigger.
We're both in Gravedigger. So we have 5 different tours going on each weekend. There's 2 stadium tours and 3 arena tours.
Wow.
And all of my siblings, we all won our tours except for Adam. He had some truck breakage throughout the year, but we all won our tours. That's why we're here. Now, I don't know if you could tell in the background, look at this, a completely new racetrack. I mean, I got a few passes on it earlier, I'm not going to lie, and it is sweet. I love it.
I saw Monster Jam posting up on Instagram, and yes, that track does look sweet. It looks a little too clean, though. You guys need to rough it up.
Oh, yeah. We need to make it look pretty first. We have to paint it up and then rough it up, right?
Okay, sounds like a plan.
As you heard in Freak Nation, one of the many Gravedigger drivers, Weston Anderson, here in the Freak Nation. It was fun getting to know your dad back in the day. In fact, I spent some time with the other driver. Oh my gosh, this was 1997, 98. Was it? His name was Pablo?
Pablo Huffhager, yeah.
Yeah, Pablo Huffhager. He and I spent some good time. The guy's from Louisiana or some part that...
I have no clue.
Well, we both have some gnarly accents, and we had a tough time understanding each other. But
yeah.
That's how far back I go, spending some time with Gravedigger. And I know it is the legend. It's the Dallas Cowboys. It's the Los Angeles Lakers of Monster Jam. And talking to your dad way back when, he talked about pressure of maintaining the pedigree of Gravedigger. Do you still feel some of that same pressure?
Oh, totally. Because, back in the day, maybe half the people came to the shows to see Gravedigger, and now it's 95% of the people. So you have to go out there you have to throw down every single time. It doesn't matter if there's 5 people in the crowd or if there's 50,000 people in the crowd. You have to throw down equally as much all weekend. We usually do like 5 shows a weekend too. So people that didn't come to the first show that want to come to the last show, you want to show them what you showed to the other people. You have to throw down all the time when you're in this truck right here, baby.
I can only imagine. But who throws down the best? I got to go back to the sibling rivalry because I'm still wrapping my head around it. Seriously, I want to know how difficult Thanksgiving dinner can be because who truly throws down the best?
You know, in my opinion, I will give it to him. Ryan, he is probably the most wildest out of all of us. But I won my championship tour before he did.
There is always that.
Yeah.
Yep,
and that, of course, makes Dad really proud. You're the first, honey.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Let's talk about, like you said, you've always got to throw down for fans. People sometimes don't realize how difficult it is to do what you guys do. I mean, your body takes a beating. How do you prepare for weekends, especially like the World Finals here, but just weekends in and out? Prepare your body, prepare your mind, prepare your hydration.
You know, best thing I could say is you got to drink a ton of water and don't eat junk food. If it takes you 10 extra minutes to go sit down somewhere and have something healthy, go do that instead of eating a cheeseburger. I'm not going to lie. I love me a cheeseburger sometimes. I'll probably have one after this interview. Yeah. But whenever the healthy food's there, you got to take that. And, of course, trying to stay in shape. And, you know, it does get in your head a little bit being a Gravedigger driver and trying to show out for all the fans. And I just don't let it get in my head at all. I actually do really well under pressure. So the more people that are there, the harder that I go and the better that I do.
All right, let me stop you right there.
Oh, no.
You are a monster truck, monster jam driver. Don't give me this baloney that you're going to reach over and grab some hummus when you have some chicken wings over there, Weston Anderson.
I don't know if you remember. Actually, no, my dad was probably about my size whenever you did the interview with him.
Yeah.
I'm not. The rest of my family is a little bit luscious. I'm not going to lie. They're proud of it. And there is a reason why I'm the skinniest one.
Because you're the healthiest one.
Exactly. See, she's smart.
Come on,
yeah,
man.
But hold on a second. That makes the cheat meal, when you win, that makes it taste even better.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. I had a pizza with ricotta cheese on it last night. Bam. It was delicious. That was my cheat meal for the week.
There you go.
When did Dennis Anderson, your old man, stop giving you advice? Or has he stopped giving you advice?
You know, it was probably this year, honestly, because he had never seen me in a monster truck. I had never been in a monster truck. And I went out there and absolutely dominated the whole year. And he was giving me advice each weekend. And then whenever I started doing tricks that he couldn't even do back in the day, he quit giving me advice. And he was asking me what it felt like to do that stuff. So, you know, it was pretty cool for him to give me the old school advice. And then for me to tell him what it's like to do all the stuff that we do today. Oh, I actually hear a truck right now.
Yes.
About damn time, man.
There we go. Oh, that's so cool. That's where I wanted to go with you. And you basically just answered it. So I'm going to try to twist it just a little bit. Is it difficult for him to see how the sport has changed and suddenly, oh, I can't say anything to you anymore? You've perfected things and gone beyond.
You know, it brings joy to him because me and my family, we like to say that if it wasn't for Gravedigger, Monster Jam, and the whole monster truck sport worldwide would not be what it is today, because in the beginning, there was no freestyle, there was no two-wheel skills, there was no nothing. And my dad actually invented freestyle, just going out there, getting crazy with it and crashing the truck all up. And then my brother, Ryan, I'd like to say that he invented the two-wheel skills contest because he was always doing these crazy things on 2 wheels. And then, boom, next year comes out and we have a competition for it.
Lucas Oil, it works.
I run Lucas Oil.
It doesn't matter if you're on the water,
driving to work,
or competing in a sold-out stadium.
Lucas Oil products will help you get the most out of your vehicle.
Monster Jam has run Lucas Oil in and on our trucks for over 10 years.
We wouldn't run anything else.
Lucas Oil, the official oil of Monster Jam.
Well, you touched on something. I think this was part of my discussion with Dennis was freestyle. You're right. Came out of him just going out there. It may have been after a win or just having to fill some time, just going bonkers in the truck. It wasn't scheduled. And that's how freestyle started. Is that true?
Yeah, exactly. It's exactly how it started. If he went, he was getting paid to go to some of these shows, and he would go all the way to California, or I don't know, even halfway across the states, and he would go and break an input shaft first round of racing and couldn't come back for any more racing. So he said, you know what? They paid me to come out here. These fans want to see me throw down in this truck, and I'm going to go out there and just do whatever until the truck is crashed.
It's badass.
Yeah.
There needs to be a Monster Jam Hall of Fame. I mean,
There is a Monster Jam Hall of Fame. And my dad was the first one in it.
I was just going to say, tell me he was the
Him and
first.
Scott Douglas. Yep.
Oh, Scott. Yep. Okay. Well, there you go, because that's huge. If there was no freestyle without Dennis Anderson, wow. And now that's people that's what they want. They want freestyle week in and week out.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
That's what I go to the shows for. That's my favorite thing. I love freestyle. I have, I think, 29 freestyle wins just this year out of 30 shows, I think.
Okay, hold on though. The easy thing to say is, oh, that's genetics. Clearly, you know how to work the truck. No. No, that's just not how things work. How are you so good? I mean, is there something that you picked up by talk through the family over the years, or is there just something about this truck that you can feel yourself and make it work so well?
You know, you just have to get comfortable in the truck. That's the biggest thing, and have a truck that runs good as well. I grew up around the sport. I've been watching it for the past 20 years, so I've seen every driver there is possible to drive, and ever since a young age, I would even know. I said, he wasn't supposed to go out there and do that. That's why he crashed. And my dad would see that and say, oh my God, wow, he actually does know this stuff. And it just came right to me as soon as I got in the truck, all that time just looking and watching. And I would like to think that's where most of my quote unquote practice came from.
Ooh.
Weston Anderson, driver of Gravedigger, joining us here in the Freak Nation. And Weston, there was a time where we would show up for the World Finals in Las Vegas and do some broadcasts there, and some of those drivers are still around, including Tom Meents.
Yeah.
And please, and I talked to LeDuc about this too, and I should have talked to Gaultier. Please tell me that Tom Meents, he's not wearing the white New Balance tennis shoes anymore, and he's not wearing the Stonewash jeans that are pulled up to his belly.
No, not anymore. He's been around all of us young people, so he has to be somewhat hip now.
Okay. How do you hip up Tom Meents?
You take the SketchUps off of them, honestly. That's it. And then you got to just, I don't even know. I don't know. It's hard to.
He untucks his shirt now, right?
Yes.
Okay.
He does, of course. Yes.
Is there any trash talking, legitimate trash talking between you guys and ladies?
I wasn't on tour with Tom, and but yeah, of course, you always make rivals out there on the track, and even some of your best friends, they might turn on you, and you just take that anger and you take it out on the track, and then whatever it is, one of my best friends, Cody Saucier, I was with him year round. I was with him all year at the beginning of this year, and he was there for my rookie year, and he was in the lead for the points championship there for a while. And I said, you know what? I'm tired of seeing this truck win so much. I'm tired of seeing him beat me all the time. I'm taking it to the next level. I went out there and I would throw down week in and week out. And in a matter of 2 weekends, I went from third place to first place, and I held it ever since. And I actually locked the championship early because I got such a big points gap that I didn't even have to show up to the rest of the shows if I didn't want to.
Bro.
Yeah.
Yeah. Weston knows what he's doing.
Oh, yeah.
Cow.
We've been doing this for 22 years, again, longer than you've been alive, Weston. And we're not just a NASCAR show. We're not just an IndyCar show, Supercross or Monster. It's all motorsports. And we believe that a Monster Jam fan can and should be an IndyCar fan. And there's been a big,
absolutely.
And it irritates me because those who continue to judge Monster Jam that it's not competition, that the winners are already chosen. When if you watch Monster Jam, that's bullshit. It's not. It's not. So I ask you that when you watch other motorsports, knowing that IndyCar, the 500, that winner's not predetermined. When you go to the World Finals or you head to Dallas or Phoenix, that winner's not predetermined. Do you as a driver still have to defend yourself for that, or is that long gone?
No, absolutely, you do, especially being a name that you are, like the Gravedigger, and everybody will have their say in it, but you just don't let it get to you. You know that you go out there, and racing is the best thing to prove it to them, and because it's not judged or anything, it's straight, it's heads up. You go out there, you whoop their butt in racing, and they're like, all right, I know exactly what you're talking about. You deserve to be in this first place spot, or you deserve to take that win. And that's actually what we'll see this weekend here, who's going to be the new world champion in racing, freestyle, the high jump, and the two-wheel skills contest. So It's nothing on the table but a mess.
When Supercross riders would tell us early on when we started doing this thing that they favor certain tracks, venues, I didn't fully grasp it because you thought, well, dirt's dirt. Right? They just, it's just how it is. But now that we've been doing this for so long, I understand it, that dirt in Orlando is different than dirt in the Pacific Northwest.
Oh,
Plus,
absolutely.
the venue, where's your favorite? Let's keep the World Finals out of it, but is there a favorite venue for Weston Anderson, and why?
Okay, so my favorite venue is probably Louisville, Kentucky. It's the Freedom Hall. Not only does it have so much history there, my dad raced there in the late 80s and 90s, but it is the biggest floor of the year for me, at least, besides the World Finals. It was before I even knew I was going to be in this competition. And it's just a big track. It's a horse arena, and the dirt's pretty nice there. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of loamy, so you could drift the truck around. My favorite dirt of all year, though, has to be Greenville, South Carolina, because it didn't matter what you did. You could go wide open, turn everything one way, try to flip the truck. You couldn't, because it was just so slick in there. You could pitch the truck in, do reverse drifts. It was crazy.
Whatever you do, General Tire delivers.
You mentioned earlier in this interview about how Gravedigger and Monster Jam in general it's worldwide fame. Where else in the world do you want to take Gravedigger?
So I've always heard all the awesome stories from my brothers, and I don't think my sister's been to Australia yet, but they say Australia is probably their favorite place to go because the people are not too different from us, but there's kangaroos, there's beautiful beaches everywhere. It's like, who wouldn't want to go over there? And you drive on the opposite side of the road. I'd be thrown off for a few days on that. But no, I definitely want to go to Australia because it's probably one of the only other countries I'd be able to read signs and figure out where I'm going.
There's some serious motorheads over there, too.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. It's like, I'd like to say that's the second America because everybody over there is just so wild. They're just like us.
Well, the only thing is, though, kangaroos are cute from afar, but they'll slap you upside the head if you get the chance.
Yeah, I've seen the videos of people boxing kangaroos. I don't want none of them.
They're big. They're
No,
big.
no. That's a new monster truck name. The boxing kangaroo.
The Kungarut.
The Kungarut.
They're probably all Tom Means fans. You don't need to go over there, buddy.
Oh, stop it.
No, but I think my brothers laid down some good passes over there, so they may have came to the right side. You know what I mean?
Hey, I'm Kyle Busch. The biggest racing weekend ever at Worldwide Technology Raceway is coming June 3rd through the 5th. The party starts Thursday with the NASCAR Fan Fest and Hauler Parade at Ballpark Village. Cup practice and truck qualifying on Friday, Cup qualifying and the Toyota 200 on Saturday, and it all wraps up on Sunday with the Enjoy Illinois 300. This is the first time in a lifetime to see the NASCAR Cup Series at Worldwide Technology Raceway. Go to worldwidetechnologyraceway.com to get your tickets now. Brought to you in part by the Illinois Office of Tourism and Illinois South Tourism.
Do you follow other motorsports? I mean, seriously, other motorsports to where you can name drivers and results and so forth?
I'd love to say that I do, but I don't. I'm so caught up in this every single weekend that I don't even have time to go to NASCAR races if I wanted to, or even to little circle tracks. I couldn't go to that. Drag racing a little bit. I know Clay Milliken. He's a super close family friend of ours, but he may be a close family friend. I've never been to one of his shows, and I've never been to a drag race as far as NHRA goes. But like week in, week out stuff, just going over, having fun at the drag strip. I do that all the time.
Okay, hold on, though. This is your world finals, so no off season whatsoever?
Yes, there will be a little bit. So we'll have maybe every other weekend off after World Finals. But we're still traveling the country because just because the World Finals is over doesn't mean the fans don't want to see us.
Wow.
So we will be traveling week in, week out. And it's not near as many shows as we did for the first quarter, but there still is a bunch of shows left this year, and it's all over the world.
Please tell me there's a Gravedigger G5 out there that you and the family take everywhere, right? You don't fly in commercial.
No, yeah, of course we do. No, I really wish we had a private jet or something. No, we do. I prefer Delta Airlines myself.
Oh, look at him putting the plug out there. Hey, Delta, that means more upgrades.
Yeah, hey, I'm right here, guys.
I mean, it makes sense. Instead of the G5, you call it the Gravedigger, the GD5, man.
Yeah.
Got you the GD5 to Texas, baby.
Wow.
All right, man. Last thing for you. You have any superstitions before you hop in the truck?
Any superstitions? Like, what do you mean by that?
Do you put your left pant leg on first, or do you put your right sock on first? Do you make sure you put your right foot up in the cockpit?
Okay, I got you.
Yeah,
Is there
yeah.
any rituals before?
Oh, yes.
Okay. Yeah, I requested a 2-piece fire suit. So like on weekends like this, I'm not sweating terribly. I'm still sweating right now because the humidity's whatever it is. I don't even know. But yeah, I usually try and just stay cool, and usually 5-10 minutes before I even have to go out on the track, I'll get in the truck, throw my Hans device on, throw my head sock on, put my helmet blower on, and then throw my helmet on, put my visor down, just sit in there, kind of get in my zone, and just not think about anything. That's the only thing you could do, or else you're going to get in your own head and you'll go out there and crash.
Okay, you're in your zone. You're not thinking about anything, but is a certain song popping in your head to keep you relaxed?
You know exactly. It's George Thorogood's "Bad to the Bone." What do you mean?
Yep, gotta be.
Gotta be. There you go.
It actually. So for our very last show that we did this year, I was the last freestyler. Last show for the first quarter that we do for the points championship. I was the last freestyler. They had me loaded up in the tunnel with the red headlights on. All the lights were dim in the arena, and they started playing the song, and it gave me goosebumps. And I'm not going to lie, I got a tear in my eye because, I grew up around it, and I saw my dad for all those years going out there and running to that theme song. And just to think that it's me now it's an honor, honestly.
So even it's not like something else that pops in though, like Eminem, lose yourself in the moment. It's still no, because that's going to play on the loudspeaker, but still in your head. Was there anything else?
No.
Okay.
I don't even listen to music whenever I'm home. I don't. I'm such a boring person.
Damn, bro.
No, you're focused.
Yeah, exactly.
Man.
I know. I'm out on the boat fishing, and we can't listen to music when you're doing that.
That's valid.
Oh yeah, you can. Trust me.
Not if you want to catch fish.
That's why Kenny doesn't catch fish.
Yes. That's another reason to drink beers, my friend.
Oh boy.
Look, Weston Anderson, first time in the Freak Nation, buddy. Go out there and kick some ass. We've got some friends that are going to be taking you on, whether it's Leduc or Gautier or some others out there. It's going to be a fun show, man. Thank you for doing this, Weston.
Absolutely. Thank you guys so much for having me on. I actually want to step out of the way real quick and show y'all a little glimpse of the track.
Please do.
Just real quick. As you can see, they have that's a full-size excavator over there. That'll put into reference a little bit of the track size. It is absolutely massive. The center jump right there that we jump over, I don't know if you can, right there.
Oh, yeah.
That thing's like 25 foot tall.
Oh, my gosh.
Yes, it is absolutely crazy. But, yeah, thank you guys so much for having me on. And there it is. That's what the fans can look forward to seeing this weekend.
Badass. Awesome. Weston, thank you, buddy, for doing this, man.
Absolutely. Thank you so much for having me.
Maybe we can team your old man and George Thorogood up sometime and do a little crosstalk with you two. With
that
him.
Would be awesome. That would be cool. I don't think they've met yet. Which is strange to me. I like to say that Bad to the Bone, his selling on his album went up a little bit after Gravedigger took the theme song.
Yeah. Holy crap.
Oh, Kenny, you need to make that happen.
GT's a friend of ours. So, yeah, let me work that out.
Yeah.
Badass. Brother, thank you very much for doing this, man.
Absolutely. Thank you, guys.